Okay. How's that? Alright. So, while we're away, I decided to play around a little bit with some of the new mods, and some of the stuff I didn't really understand. So, first things first, I ended up building those little, let me show you real quick. I ended up playing around with this right here. These little platforms and everything. And from what I can tell, it's a wasteland management, kind of like a settlement management tool, which allows you to do factories, which is this pile of junk right here. It doesn't look like much, but Preston has taken a liking to it. It's pretty much a scavenging post, just like you can build normally, except for it makes a massive amount of items and materials. I think it just deposited straight into my workshop over here, which I went around, hit some areas, and bought a lot of stuff. So I have a bunch of material to work with, circuitry and all that. I ended up finding enough caps to buy that stuff out so it wouldn't break the game. I got a couple settlers that came in, thanks to my recruitment beacon right there. And then, this is the residential module. I assigned someone to it, powered it with one of these small generators, and they pretty much built themselves a home. I haven't seen anyone really use it, but I mean, it's pretty cool that it just kind of builds itself. You don't really have to take care of it. And then this is pretty much your basic trader. I assigned, I think, June to this, and instead of having him as his normal mopey self, it turns him into a useful settler with multiple items to, mostly it's just miscellaneous and junk, but it's stuff to build with. If you have the caps, you can take care of it, and then if you wanted to assign him to, say, gardening or food, he'll go to that food, he'll go to that, assignment, and you can pull out the items and the caps from him. So you can pretty much get items for free. Kind of cheating, but kind of not, being that he lives here. And if you can't tell, most of my settlers are in just odd wear. I downloaded a mod to make it so they don't all wear the same items, so they'll have randomized weapons, randomized armor. Some will come in vault suits, like this one right here in Vault 81. Some will come in baseball uniform.
I don't think we've met yet. I wanted to personally thank you for giving us this opportunity. I'm ready to help with whatever you need. Just say the word.
Did you need anything?
Not right now. We're pretty well set.
So that is an introductory message that the settlers will do for you every time you talk to them. I'm just going to I'm going to put him into some normal clothes so he doesn't look as weird. Pretty much, I always use that opportunity to ask them if there's anything needed. If you did your job, they'll be fine. They don't need anything. If you didn't, they'll tell you. So it looks like he's got a combat shotgun, metal armor pieces, and that urban cap. So not bad. Because I have the mod that allows all clothing to wear armor, it'll look kind of funky, but sometimes it turns into some pretty sweet armor combinations. Now, as for keeping it a little bit into the base vanilla game without going too far into my mods or anything, I did build this. Ignore the turrets on the top. It's a reskin of the other models of the turrets. I built this little shack as kind of like an example for those of you who are having some issues building. So, basic door, basic walls. These are just the basic wooden walls, wooden door frame, basic beds that you can do from the start. These, if you get, I think you need the the Wasteland Workshop DLC. You can get armor racks, just click on them, and add whatever you want. So I can dress them, basic everything. Now when we go upstairs, I get into a little bit of the modding, just because I wanted another workshop. So I pretty much made all the little mod stations I could do, and then when I get like leadership rank 2, I'll put more crafting stuff up here. But this is the creation workbench, so it's pretty much, this is if I need items, I can make these, so I can pretty much make clothing again. Again, this is where it stays semi-lore friendly because it forces you to collect the items. So I can sit here and craft gloves for my characters, I can craft neck gear, facial wear, pretty much anything that's in the base game. And then all I do is hit Y. I can switch to weapons, ammo, armor. So if I wanted to create a pistol, I'd need the items for it and the rank and gun nut. I love the harpoon gun. It's ridiculous. But I can pretty much make what I want with the exception of certain rare items or certain items that you would see in the base game that you have to actually go find. But I do have like the fishing rod. I do have the yardstick, walking cane. And I use this specifically if I want to do a playthrough in a special way. So if I wanted to be an old fisherman, pole hook, meat hook, and then harpoon. That was supposed to have a sword on the end. I don't know why it's just a handle. If I wanted to do pretty much anything, I usually do assassin or secret agent. So I'll use a switchblade, a silenced pistol. Sometimes I'll use the revolvers just to get by until I can get strong enough to get some of the more stealthier, like the rare pistol version of this. I forgot the name of it. I think it's the silencer or something like that. And then I can make helmets. That's through the Island DLC. Forgot the name of it. Wanderer's Hood. That is terrifying. And then you can get the DC Guard helmets, Marine Tactical, Marine Assault. And then through that you could also end up with, down here, the Zealot Marine. You don't get the actual normal Marine, the black one. You get the ones that are all colored out. So it's kind of more lore friendly. You can only get one of the Marine suit. This is what I was talking about, the city manager. This is where everything came from. So let's check this out real quick. Okay. Okay. Don't know what that means. Job requirements. All right. So I can change the local laws. So for this exact area, or I can do zoning laws across all of them. I apparently can tax people. There's performance setup. Okay. So that's a little bit more in depth than I was expecting. Apparently I can keep that with me and do it. Find homeless, find unemployed. Okay. Huh. I'll probably tinker with that more later. This is something I haven't played with either. I'm assuming this is where I get those, the parts. Yeah, right here. So I need pre-war money and gun nut, and this is where I can get the parts to upgrade my rifles. I can actually buy a PDW Deluxe, the LMG, or the Psycho Custom. Huh. I'm gonna do this just because look at that upgrade. I mean, I might as well. I'm like... I'm delving into something I've never done before, so pardon if I'm a little bit like out of it. This is one of those mods that you just kind of jump in and you have no idea what you're doing. So I'm gonna get these just to see what I can do. I have a ton of pre-war money, so I think this will work. Let's see, tactical vest. I mean, this must have been one of the expansion mods that I ended up with. Tactical harness. Backpacks. Personal jetpack. Masks, gas mask, death. I'm not gonna play with that because I don't know if that's gonna kill me or if that's just like them just name it because they think it's cool. Huh. Okay. That's pretty cool. I'll probably play around with that a little bit more just to see what mods I can do. Because I'm pretty certain I can play around with that and find out. Like, I can probably upgrade these a lot more. It's 180. So is that what I just... Okay, so there's my scoped one. It's my sighted one. This must be what I just traded for. Because it's supposed to say custom. Yeah. Huh. Let's see. Okay. That doesn't really help me for sniping, but I mean, it looks good. It's pretty. So, alright. We'll go test this out. Close that up. There's Codsworth. I think they'll be all set. I'm not too worried about them. So let's go to Starlight Drive-In. Any grenades? Nope. Let me see. Drop that. Let's drop in some armor pieces. Let's see what this looks like. So, okay, so that is the dragon skin armor. Okay. Huh. Maybe it'll look good without the backpack. This is up there. I mean, I don't do that. Take that off. I look like, look like somebody who would be playing, like, Counter-Strike right now. I'd be like, one of the terrorists on there. Let's see if my helmet works for that. I'm willing to bet it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. Well, we'll go with this just to get by, might as well. And then when I get more pre-war cash, I'll go up and upgrade it to get the arms as well. Let's see. Just making sure those didn't respawn. If I'm correct, I think the Starlight Drive-In mission is going to be killing bad people. Should be mole rats. That really sucks though, because I just upgraded in quotes my sniper rifle to lose the scope, and now I have to figure out how to get the scope back. But it does look different. Huh. I'm willing to bet there's also underclothes for this armor as well. They have to have the jumpsuits and all that fun stuff. So let's go through here. That's the thicket. I explained that in the last part. That's the one where you have to go underwater. You have to fix a bunch of pipes for that dude over there. I usually save that until I get more fusion cores, so I can just dive right in, or until I get a rebreather mask, but I don't know how long it is till I get that. I think I have to do some DLC work. The problem with this one is there are Mirelurks somewhere around here, and the Mirelurks are not friendly. They are terrifying. You can probably kill them, I'd say maybe one shot with this thing if you hit them right, but for normal, like, vanilla weapons, they are not great to fight, especially when you're a low level. As you progress and you get stronger weapons, you can take them down easy, but...
Got it.
I wouldn't dare get them right now. Stim pack. 1 second. I like the lockpicking in this game a lot better than in previous games, just because of the fact that you can tinker with it, you can move it around, and no matter how many times you like poke at it, as long as you don't hold it down, you won't lose your lockpick. In previous games, you know, you got 3 shots, and then your lockpick would break. If you're out of lockpicks, you're just doomed. So I just appreciate that fact. Let's see.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Okay, that's actually, I enjoy using that. That's actually not bad. And that had bottle caps on it for some reason. Let's see. Should probably... Blowfly. Should probably amp up, the difficulty. Maybe I'll add in, like, a survival mod or something. Add in the ability to, like, I mean, not the ability, but the requirement to, eat and drink and all that. Just because it's like a walk in the park right now, thanks to these overpowered weapons. I tried making it more realistic. I mean, having the raiders and all of them also have these like super powered weapons makes it kind of more balanced. I mean, it's very, you know, you get shot a couple times, you get shot once in certain situations, you're gone. And I like that, but it kind of feels like I'm walking through here. I'm just gonna let them fight. What in the world? It's like this brush has like a dense cover. Bottle cap, people, not worth it. You, I'm gonna need to drop quick. There. Got him. Come on. Another one. Ooh, you lived. Damn it. Just trying to line up 2 for 1. Definitely not worth it, but I should have. Is it not hitting? Oh, there's another one. Come on. There we go. So, roamers are a little bit stronger. For those of you who haven't played, feral ghouls are pretty much people either pre-war or post-Great War that, because of radiation, have turned pretty much into zombies. I can't get a good shot because it freaking hits me. They've pretty much turned into zombies, so they like to eat people. They like to attack people. Can't really reason with them, and their brains are messed up. So, there are ghouls that survive that did not turn into these monsters. They're still not the prettiest thing to look at, but they won't eat you. They kind of treat you just like everyone else would. It's only the crazy ones that will attack you, unless you've provoked them or unless they're from like a rival group or something. With these feral ghouls, there are different ranks. Obviously, the one that's just named Feral Ghoul is at the bottom, and then as you progress they get stronger. So the Reavers out there, no, that's the legendary. These Stalkers and Reavers, sorry. Yep, there's a Roamer too. Anyone that has that name at the end is a different rank. So you have Roamers, Stalkers, and Reavers, who are the kind of middle ranks. The Reaver is pretty strong. I mean, you can survive a lot more shots than these guys. The Wanderer, the Roamer, and the Stalker, it's about 2 shots from this gun. It's about a couple shots from a basic pistol or a basic rifle. Now, one of those had a star next to its name, which means it's a legendary. Legendary enemies are a lot tougher, and you can think of them more as boss enemies. When dealing with them, you have to kind of plan it out or just gun them down, like I did. And to complete areas for them to go on the map as cleared, like that, you have to find the legendary and kill it. You can kill literally everything else. You can loot the entire place. If you do not kill the... Yeah, ignore that. If you do not kill the legendary, it does not count. So, you always got to hunt them down. There's really nothing up here for me. There's going to be another one over here. There has to be. They're usually hiding under these, or they look like they're already dead. Alright. Let's move over here. I don't know if I still have the reconstruction mod. on the Starlight Drive-In, which is our next goal for our settlement. Yeah, why is this thing missing? There we go. Our settlement reconstruction and our settlements being founded. This one is pretty basic. It's just go here, clean it out, set up a beacon, and recruit people. I did a reconstruction mod on this that was supposed to help it kind of be more useful as a settlement. The issue I am having is that certain areas that used to be counted as the settlement don't. So this whole area over here, last time I played, did not count as part of the settlement, which pretty much takes away half of the settlement. So it's just dealing with these little glitches and trying to figure out which mod did it is quite difficult. And then sometimes, you know, when you do find a mod that doesn't work, it will require a clean save in order to fix it. And depending on how many hours you have in, that kind of sucks. So I'm trying my best to work around these without having to completely delete the character, restart, and then have to film myself restarting all over again. Okay, that one's underground. There he is. And that one was another example of the ranked enemies. That was a rabid one, and they're supposed to take more than one shot, but as I said, these weapons are kind of out there. Let me get this taken care of. Ah, damn it. Alright. And I always say, if you're new to this game, pick up the cement bags. Cement bags, oh, there's the stash that I usually have. Cement bags are great for building walls, building perimeter defenses, and then as you move on, if you get, if you end up getting that extra, like, DLCs, like the Vault one, if you end up with the, what's the name of it? Wasteland Workshop and all that stuff, it kind of makes the whole thing a lot easier because you're going to need a lot of these to get anything done. Okay, so... Yep, that glitch is still apparent. Okay. There's a ghoul over here somewhere. Huh. That was weird. Oh, I know exactly what just happened. Okay. So this guy was one of those assassins sent to kill me. And there is a bottle cap mine that is armed at that location. Totally forgot it was there. And it must have killed him. So I was like, why does it sound like caps are hitting the floor? Come on. This is one of those that I'd usually... Come on. Okay. So let's see. So this settlement has been negated. Okay. You're supposed to have, if you see that giant green box around me, this entire area. I got very unlucky, and because of this mod, I have a square about a couple meters before it kicks me out of the workshop. So like right here works. If I go anywhere over there, it's going to kick me out. So let's see. Can I move out of this? Nope. Okay. So what this is going to end up being, this is how you really get by this mission, is just set up the settlement. And because this one's broken, I'm not really going to use it. So it should get me past, I was going to say, to go back to Preston Garvey. Yep. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, actually, is delete these so I don't end up with any settlements here. Kind of a weird move to do, but I don't like the idea of not being able to build anything for them. So, I mean, I'm just going to place a turret up here because you do end up with enemies, and I can use this in the future, and these turrets will kind of guard the area for me. Okay. Let me see if I can delete this light post, because light posts give you really good gear. Nope. Okay. I can delete the dog. It's pretty funny. Alright. Let's go back to Preston. See what he wants. Now, I'm probably going to cut this one short, maybe an hour and 30, maybe just an hour. I got stuff that I got to finish up around the house, and I'm probably going to need to be up early tomorrow, so I will not be on too long. I'll probably get to a nice cutoff point, end the stream, save it to video, and post it to YouTube, and we'll call it there. If you are going to watch this on Twitch, the YouTube channel is youtube.com/normaled, or you can just Google normaled YouTube and it'll pop right up. It has the previous 2 parts of my Journey to the Wasteland series on it.
I'm just so hungry all the time.
Stay sharp. Don't let your guard down.
Willing to bet because... Okay, that explains it. Because these people keep popping up, they don't have enough food, so I'm going to need to pick some of these and plant them. Come on, there we go. I think I still... Yep, I have a ton of these. Now, because of that, because of the mod that I have that allows me to edit like what they have to do, how they do it, it allows me to kind of just assign people to tasks. And they should do it. I guess she's not willing to do this. Okay. Huh. Okay, so that one's stuck. But it allows me to just have them randomly assign themselves, so I don't have to do anything. See right there.
Yeah.
Hey, Carla.
There's Trash Can Carla.
Hey there. Trading?
Sure. Let's take a look.
Always happy to make.
PDWs, grenades, batting helmet. Bobby pins. Let's see if she has any cash. Nope. See, these are what I end up using. I exploited a little bit of a glitch to get a bunch of caps, and then I bought a ton of these just so that way I can get up to about 1,000 a piece, so I can start building here. And then when I start branching out, I can start sending caravans to places. I don't want to talk to you. I really don't want to talk to you today.
I'll hand it to you. This place isn't awful. It's still a hole.
See how are they doing on everything. Their water's at 10, food's 11, defense is 97. I overkilled that a ton. I'll put all this stuff away. Suspender slacks. Jumpsuits. Put that away. That away. I'll keep this stuff just because you never know when you'll use it. And then I'll put some of these weapons away because I don't need them and they're just taking up space. Like, I'll keep the battle rifle because it actually looks like I'll use it. But the machete, it's 2 pounds. Let's see, I got 2 PDWs I don't need. That's 14 pounds. Wait, was that one? 1 second. Huh, Dragon off. Let's see. So that one's an ACOG site, and that one looks funky. I guess I'll pull this one out because I don't recognize that one. I don't need that one because I have this one right here. Huh. Okay, that's weird. I'll save up. I'm at 144. I'm willing to bet a lot of my items are, a lot of my medical items are tearing me apart. Alright, so where did Preston go? There he is. Just hanging out there, man?
I cleared out that spot you sent me to and set up a radio beacon there.
That's great news. Once folks have some place to call their own, they'll be willing to help defend it. As usual, I have something else for you to look into. I'll mark it on your map. We'll find out what they need. More settlements supporting our cause.
Okay. Please move. There we go. Level 10. Not bad. So let me look down here and see. I'll need to hit level 14 and I can get the workshops, which allows me to finish my my area. Fast travel. That's actually really useful if you like to collect things. How high is that gun up? Level 13. Level 13. So that's all melee weapons. I really don't need that. I do a ton to this. I'm gonna go with rifleman. That'll help me with my sniper rifle. It'll make it a little bit more powerful. Because that one's so far down, let's finish up with... Let's go to Diamond City, I guess. Oberlin Station's one of the small ones. It just sends you to go kill something. And I don't remember. I think it's going to be off to like a side settlement. No grenades. I usually keep that there because I find grenades every so often. I don't know if they respawn or not, and that's one thing that I just didn't really care to find out. I just know that later on in the game, on one of my other characters, I logged in about 50 some hours, and I know when I started out I looked at everything, and I still found frag grenades there, so I'm assuming they're still around. So let's see, what's the lowest thing on the map I can travel to? God. Alright, time to go back there. Once I hit a certain level, the robot workshop one will pop up, and I think I'll run that on camera just to show everyone, anyone who hasn't been through it. Basically allows you to build robots at your, encampment and use them as followers, settlers, defenders, and they're not bad to have. You can build basic Protectron, really, really low maintenance cost. And then all you do is you hit supply line. You can send them as caravans across the wasteland to all of your locations, so you don't have to waste a human settler. That, and you also don't have to attract a human settler. I'm going to keep the sniper out. There we go. Let me see what this one looks like, because it looked like it had... Yep. Okay, this is pretty much this one with the scope up. So it just adds in that extra magnification, which I'm okay with. Doesn't look too good, and I'll probably replace it later, but I'm okay with having another set of this one because this rifle's actually pretty good. And until I can get the AS-50, ammo, or until I can build my own, this is pretty much what we're going to stick with. A whole herd of Brahmin. So we're going to enter the outskirts of Boston, and going into Boston isn't terrible for us. It's just, it's going to be a lot of firefights. A lot of the areas are filled with feral ghouls, raiders, but there is a faction around here we're going to want to meet real soon. There's a feral ghoul right there. Let's see what I can do.
Damn, something's afoot.
Alright. I can't kill it in one shot. I need to wait. And partners go and charge in. Alright. That's not going to change much. So the good thing about having 2 companions, or even just 1 companion, is they can get spotted without you, and they will go through like Codsworth and distract everybody. And all you have to do is walk behind and clean up.
I was just getting warmed up.
Yeah, I'm not playing with that. 10mm pistol. Alright,
Head down,
take
sir.
that.
It appears someone is shooting at us. Chop. I trust everyone's still alive.
Okay. Dead Raider. That's not a bad thing.
What's all this then?
It's a close quarter rifle, Soviet ammo. I will give them credit, they did an amazing job in finding locations to place a lot of these items. Because they didn't just sub out a weapon, like you can still find all of the basic weapons. Instead, they found locations that they decided, okay, I'm gonna place this here. So that MP5, somebody hand placed that into the game. It's not just you know, take this item, swap the look of it, and call it good. No, this is hand placed here. And that's actually not bad. An MP7 PDW. But this one has a suppressor. And I mean, these guns are beautifully crafted. I mean, the guy that made it really took his time. Let's see. Ball cap. Pull out that let's see. UMP. Huh. I really wish I could find... I swear there's an MP5 in here. If they have these weapons, they have to have the MP5 in some variant. And I swear I'm gonna find it before I end this playthrough. 10mm caps. Okay. Sweet one, dog. Let's go through here and down. I'm literally on the lookout for pre-war money now, just because I know. It scared the shit out of me. Just because I know I can get armor out of it. Okay, so this is semi-auto. Still really strong. Got you. There's another one. There's a lot more than just one. Let's see where we're going. Come on.
Surprise, motherfucker. Picking up hostile life signs. Peekaboo.
Here we go. Another enemy.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Got him. Got him. And I think there's another one. I can't really see the radar, so there's 2 more behind me. I really wish this was full auto. I mean, it's nice, but I really would love to not have to tap the trigger to kill things. A close one. There's the UMP. I already have one of those. That one's a tricked out one. Basically, playing this at night, especially in these areas, it feels like a survival horror. Like, it feels like Fallout should. Now, mind you, these things are really, really easy. But it feels like, you know, kind of that first playthrough mentality. And, you know, I kind of miss that feeling, having that, you know, that anxiety and fear when you go into your first location, or just the excitement of going out of the vault for the first time and seeing everything.
Mr. John, think anything good?
And I named the character John. I think I went through this on my first playthrough. I mean, on my first part. But I named him John mostly because I couldn't think of a name. Didn't want to use mine. And also, Codsworth there will use... If you have a basic name, something that you know the game knows, Codsworth will call you that. So if you name yourself, say, if I chose to name myself Normal Ed. Codsworth will not say Normal Ed, but if I chose to name myself John, he will call you Master John, Mr. John. He'll call you by your name, which is a really cool feature to have, especially for a robot companion. Okay, there should be a shootout going on right, yep, over there. Take that. I should reuse some of these. So we are going to meet our second faction here as they fight for their lives. First, we gotta clear out all of these ferals. I don't know if I will go with this faction for endgame results. Damn it, dog. For the endgame, I'm probably gonna stick with the Minutemen. Personally, I love the Minutemen. Mostly because, you know, you are the leader, like it is your faction, but just the whole idea behind them is really nice to see. And the fact that they are a unique faction, as in there are nowhere else in Fallout lore except for the Commonwealth. Oh, loot some of this. There's another one around here somewhere. Oh, okay. Sometimes they get glitched and hide. Take this too. So let's see what these guys want. I might do their mission as well, just because I always get off track on my way to do stuff.
Hey there.
We appreciate the assistance, civilian, but what's your business here?
I'm just trying to survive out here, like everyone else.
The way you charged in and engaged those ferals, I find that a bit difficult to believe. Are you from a local settlement?
I'm from Sanctuary Hills, on the other side of Concord.
I've seen the location on our maps, but I've never visited the area myself. There isn't much over there for us to collect. If I appear suspicious, it's because our mission here has been difficult. Since the moment we arrived in the Commonwealth, we've been constantly under fire. If you want to continue pitching in, we could use an extra gun on our side.
I want to help, but I don't like the secrecy. Who are you, really?
Very well. I'm Paladin Dance, Brotherhood of Steel. Over there is Scribe Halen and Knight Reese. We're on recon duty, but I'm down a man and our supplies are running low. I've been trying to send a distress call to my superiors, but the signal's too weak to reach them.
Sir, if I may.
Proceed, Halen.
I've modified the radio tower on the roof of the police station, but I'm afraid it just isn't enough. What we need is something that will boost the signal.
Our target is ArcJet Systems, and it contains the technology we need. The deep-range transmitter. We infiltrate the facility, secure the transmitter, and bring it back here. So what do you say? You willing to lend the Brotherhood of Steel a hand?
No time to waste. Let's get moving.
Outstanding.
So this is the second faction you should run into if you decide to help them out.
Halen, take Reese inside and find his...
Gonna take their stem
Yes,
patch
sir.
real quick.
Reese, once you're on your feet, I want you to make certain the perimeter is secure.
These are the Brotherhood of Steel, and if you have heard that name before, it's
Head into
because...
the police station and resupply yourself.
Come on.
Then let me know when you're ready to begin.
It is
Let's
because
move out.
they are a common theme across all of the Fallout series. The Brotherhood of Steel is this group from out of California, out of, I think it's the Shifting Sands or something like that, Shady Sands. They are completely into fixing and gathering technology. So these guys here are here to scout the Commonwealth for technology, for anything that's worth it. Let them... Okay. They were also in Fallout 3. You end up joining them in Fallout 3. It's kind of unavoidable. And then they were also in New Vegas as a side faction that you can assist but cannot beat the game with. The faction from Fallout 3... This is why I came in here. The faction from Fallout 3 is a different faction from what these ones are. So they broke off, you know, sometime before. They came out to the capital Wasteland, and they became super friendly, super about helping people, whereas these guys are the same. They're from the capital Wasteland, but they went back to their roots from out west, and they are focused on technology. They don't really care about people. They don't really care about settlements. They don't want to help them. They just want to grab the technology and keep it from stupid people. And by stupid people, they mean anyone that's not them. So they are still good, but more of like an anti-hero. Like, kind of...
Let's do
Uh,
this.
what in the world?
I think
Oh,
we're being
he's
stalked.
assaulted. Ooh. So, in a sense, if you know who Deadpool is, that's kind of who these guys are. They're good at times. They do some good things, but overall, they do a lot of bad too. And I like their armor, not as much as I did back in Fallout. Not as much as I liked back in Fallout 3 when you could wear it whenever. But they're useful to have on your side until you decide to take over the Commonwealth or side with any faction they don't like. So I'm currently coming in here just to kind of loot. I think I will do their mission just because I like their mission. It's pretty fun. And it gives you kind of a lot of background. So, but I always go in here, I loot out everything that's not nailed down. And then we go out there. So I go, come on, move. This area is where I wanted to go. Taking the visor. Take that, that. That evidence terminal is good for later on. You will end up with a mission that you have to go to a bunch of different police stations, and this is technically one of them that you need to go into. So no matter what, if you want to complete the side missions, you have to come and meet them. So,
Paladin.
Ready to move out?
Ready?
Outstanding. Follow me and try.
come on. So should I actually follow the Brotherhood path, his power armor, how it's painted, I can get that exact power armor. I can also will get a free power armor for working with them. The problem is they come at odds with certain groups I like and certain groups I don't like. So if I side with one too much, they'll hate me. If I side with them too much, the others will hate me. So it's very much a pick and choose kind of thing. And there's a way to have both of my favorites. I'm not going to follow Dog Beat for that. There's a way to have both of my favorites, but it's very hard, and you have to do things specific. Otherwise, the order gets mixed up, or say you overfavor one, you'll end up alienating the other. So.
Needs to be our top priority. If it was up to me, I'd relocate my team. But Scribe Halen detected some disturbing energy readings in the area that needs to be investigated. We don't know much about them, except that they're short-lived and broadcast on a frequency only attainable with a high level of technology.
Take that.
That whoever, whatever is creating those energy readings might be a potential threat.
Okay.
So it's our job to investigate.
And this is part of the actual, I guess you can say this is like an active cutscene. While you're walking through, just random things will happen. And it's a common occurrence where it's not like, oh, you're, gonna sit here and watch him, your character walk with him. It's very much, okay, so you're going to this location, but there's a bunch of little things happening around you. This is one of them. Here we go. One down. Two down. And 3 down.
Then back to hell.
That is exactly why I spec'd my character like this, is that I can drop these people very quickly.
It might surprise you to learn that my recon team isn't the first to visit the Commonwealth. Over the last 7 years, 2 other teams were sent here by the Brotherhood to gather technology. The first team's mission was a huge success. They came back with crates full of pre-war artifacts and historical documents. The second wasn't so fortunate. Shortly after they arrived, we lost contact with them, and they haven't been heard from since. As far as my team goes, we've lost 4 good men to this godforsaken wasteland. We've been a target from the moment we arrived. But despite our setbacks, I don't intend to give up and head home, or end up missing.
So I'm probably gonna record the other one as well, but in another part I will go and attempt to find the other Brotherhood Steel team. It's another side mission, but it's one that requires you to find specific locations. And I'm not one for Googling, I'd rather just wander. So if we run into one of the sites, I'll just record it down. No, not worth it. I'll record it down, and then probably in the next part, I'll bump into it and I'll just knock it out real quick. So I think I'm going to finish up with this mission, transport us back to Sanctuary, drop off some stuff, and then cut it there. I really wish you'd walk faster. Maybe if I run ahead. Nope. Come on.
Here somewhere.
Ow. Okay. Got you.
Nothing like a little dust up to get the oil.
Second. Let's see what we got. Okay. Yeah, I never use that perk. I love it because it's just so weird and such a great, like, perk to have. The problem is my intelligence score is never that low. Like, if I wanted to play an idiot savant character, I think the dialogue options are different, so I might do a run-through in the future, but I'd rather do this, just because I'm not one to use him, and I love using Scrapper or whatever, but he always makes a good appearance. You can get him to show up a little bit more, too. And later, if I decide to go that path, I think you can also get Misfortune. That might be different. Might be thinking of a previous game, but there is another character as well called Misfortune, who shows up sometimes and just wrecks shop, but I think that would be Vegas. I'll figure it out later. Alright, here is ArcJet Systems. And if I wanted to do, there's a mod here. It's like a resort mod that if you wanted to go to a special location, it ends up here. I think you have to do this mission first. But I think I deactivated it because it was useless. So I'm trying to do less looting while we're inside and just focus on place out.
It was corporations like this that put the last nail in the coffin for mankind. They exploited technology for their own gains, pocketing the cash and ignoring the damage they'd done. Look at these wrecks. It appears as though the facility's automated security's already been dealt with.
Is this the Brotherhood of Steel's handiwork?
Unfortunately, no. Look at the evidence. There isn't a single spent ammunition casing or drop of blood in sight. These robots were assaulted by Institute synths.
What's the Institute?
They're a group of scientists who went underground when the Great War started. Spent the last few decades littering the Commonwealth with their technological nightmares.
Synth. Isn't that the same as robot?
They're an abuse of technology created by the Institute. Abominations meant to improve upon humanity. It's unacceptable. They simply can't be allowed to exist.
I'll be on the lookout.
Roger that. Let's move out.
So I figured I'd let him explain. A synth is pretty much... There's different levels. There is the basic prototype. There are prototype synths, which are the little tiny... well, actually, you'll see them soon. Then there's Mark IIs, which are a little bit more human-like. Then there are Mark IIIs and Mark IVs, I think, that are... that they are definitely hard to spot. They look exactly like humans, and it's so good that there's a lot of different times where you'll bump into them. Wow, that was lucky. You'll bump into them and you'll be like, I have no idea that they were actually a synth. And it's one of those things that it's a callback to... Oh, synths. It's a callback to Fallout 3. There was a side mission where you would actually encounter the Institute, or the Commonwealth, I guess you could say, and you ended up having to hunt down this person who, by all means, you could not tell was a synth. Even if you decided to kill him instead of hand him over, he was, you know, you couldn't tell. Like, there was no possible way to tell. And so people poked fun at Bethesda a lot, like, on that mission. People were very angry about how you couldn't find out, like, how could you tell he was a synth or anything. So, in that, I'm willing to bet they created the lore around here about the synth to make sure that you can be like, oh, this is why he's a this type of synth. It kind of just made sense. I crouched. So these are the Mark 1s. These are very much not human. You can definitely tell. It was their first attempt at making a human. They have some pretty cool weapons. I just never use them because I'm not very good with energy weapons. Let me see. I'm switching to that. 1 second. I just wanted to see if I have any actual, like, parts. I'm gonna try that battle rifle out because I like the look of it, and I think if I'm correct, that's funny. If I'm correct, I missed a battle rifle and carbine in the last episode when I went down into the basement.
Damn synths have compromised most of the facility.
This reminds me a lot of the this machine from New Vegas. Like, I actually do like the look of this gun. Oh, that's a turret. There's another one down there.
Long live the Brotherhood.
Yeah, you take the bullets for me.
And Victoria.
Huh.
Standing down.
Okay, that works. Okay. I'm hearing voices. I swear there's gotta be... Okay, the reload animation on this one sucks. I I swear I'm going crazy. Where did that... Yep, right there. There's somebody here. Now I feel as dumb as them. Dan's went down here. Do you have money? Nope, mentats. I'll take that. Sorry if it's very, like, choppy or I'm snapping around a little bit too much. If so, leave a comment and let me know, because I will dial down the I will dial down my sensitivity if it's getting like to the point where people can't watch. Tries reset good. Nothing. There's no T, there's no P. Let's try this. Didn't want to do that. Okay. There's gotta be some reason to get to this thing. Gold, okay, that is... Okay. So if there's two, it's either... Okay. Try right. Nope. I have to get these tries reset. There we go. So if it was dress, it'd be looms. Okay, so there's an S at the end.
That's it.
Keeps. As requested, I have had a floor safe installed in the front office area that should allow you to pay for any incoming deliveries. Okay, so that just let me know about that. And this is just telling me about the press. Okay, so there's a front office area, which is this one. That's what they're talking about.
Lock's really strong.
And I can't open it. Okay. I'll come back for that later. Or I won't.
Engine course ahead. Should be our final stop.
Let me see. I'm gonna want this one. There we go. Arc jet systems, engine core. So here's where it gets fun. Let's see.
I'll remain here. Watch our backs. Watch your footing. Looks like the power's out in this section.
He must be still up there.
Look at this place. Scribes have a field day.
Okay. This is
Perfect.
so the junk jet is an item that you fill with like junk, pretty much. Anything that you would use to build, and it will just fire it. Now, they range in damage, but my favorite to use are, one second, plungers, and I absolutely love using teddy bears, just because there's something pleasing about destroying someone and taking their head off with a plunger or a teddy bear. Rude. So there's an R. Nope, no R. Maybe there's. Just try.
Got
fire.
it.
There we go. Start auxiliary generators. So it's now
Engine core
online,
power
and
restored.
I take that too.
Thermal engine fueled, primed, and standing by for your command.
So I can let this happen, or
Losses multiplied.
that, and that.
Your destruction command accepted. Commencing 5-second countdown. 5. 4.
Now I could also go out there and fight them, and I mean it's 100% doable,
2.
but this is a lot cooler.
You are damaging value 1. System engine firing. Institute protocol.
Again, completely doable without having to do that.
Test firing completed with
But
an efficiency rating of 96.7%.
I can't avoid doing it. Here he is.
Oh my god, are you alright? Got cooked by those flames. But thanks to my power armor, I'm still in one piece. The important thing is that we're still alive. We have a way to get to the transmitter. Let's go.
Okay. And I think there are doors over here. Either the door's over here or... Yeah, I think I need to use the elevator. Yeah.
Going down.
Naughty work, but wouldn't want to leave the good stuff.
Take all this stuff. Fusion cells are not great if you don't use the gun, but they're nice. They're nice if you want to sell them. Because they actually go for a pretty good chunk of credits. So. Guess that's if you want to drop down on it.
We may have a problem here.
Where the hell did you come from?
Found you.
Oh, I'm supposed to go up. Damn it.
By order of the Institute, you must be destroyed.
I totally shouldn't have done that, but it did look cool. Where did you come from? There's got to be like a doorway or something in here. Where do you come from?
I hope that's the last.
Let's go this way and check. Okay, so I went the wrong way. And that's broken. Okay. So we need to get up and go. Time to do this again. One reason not to do that awesome jet thing is that it destroys all of your walkways, so you have to take the elevator. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Gotta take this real quick.
Going up.
Okay. So you have to go up and around. Why did this one have...
Take the service elevator to the service.
Guess he might have looted it. It's weird. 3 more money. Circuit board. Engine control terminal. Oh, you can test fire from up here. It's an odd placement. Pack of cigarettes. Okay. Let me grab this and let's take the elevator.
Going up.
Come on. Okay.
The bunker looks clear. Let's move out.
Move, dog. Alright.
Well, that could have gone smoother, but mission accomplished.
I thought we worked well as a team.
Agreed. It's a refreshing change to work with a civilian who can follow orders properly. That being said, I believe we have 2 important matters to discuss. First and foremost, if you'll hand me the deep-range transmitter, I'd like to compensate you for your assistance during this operation. I think you'll find this weapon useful. It's my own personal modification of the standard Brotherhood laser rifle.
May it serve you well in battle.
That isn't necessary.
I insist you keep it. The Brotherhood believes in paying all of its debts. Now, here's the second matter. I wanted to make you a proposal. We had a lot thrown at us back there. Our op could have ended in disaster, but you kept your cool and handled it like a soldier. There's no doubt in my mind that you've got what it takes. The way I see it, you've got a choice. You could spend the rest of your life wandering from place to place, trading an extra hand for a meager reward. Or, you could join the Brotherhood of Steel and make your mark on the world. So, what do you say?
So, doing this does not mean I have to side with them, it just allows me to take him as a partner.
We'll be able to find young Sean.
That's what I wanted to hear. Meet me back at the police station.
So pretty much if you deny him, he'll still say the offer stands, and you're allowed to take it whenever you want. I always just accept there, because then I don't have to do double the work. Let me get over here. And basically it'll just help out. Down the line, I can call on him, have him as a partner. He's a really good partner to have. So, let's go back here. And I'm going to drop off the weapons and armor I picked up, and then we can end it up back at base. Okay, let me drop off this stuff. Adds a little bit extra. That away, that away, that away. I'll keep the silence one out, actually, because I like that a lot better. And same with, because that's a 45 SMG, and this is just the 9mm. I'll put the 45 away, and then figure out if I can just take off the silencer and scope and place it on this one, because I already have something that takes 45s. And I guess that'll about do it. Alright, close that up. Alright, I'm going to end the stream there just because, you know, I need to get some stuff done. So, thanks for watching, and we'll be back in Fallout. Oh, God damn it, close the damn door. We will be back in Fallout next time.